All right, good Monday evening, everyone. I'm Fox 19 now. First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart. It is 7:15 on the dot time for the 7:15 weather show, and well, the sun is now down because the sunset was already at 7:12. So lights are on over at Paycor Stadium. Street lights coming on. It is dark outside, and on top of that, we're not going to have a great sunset tonight. We have a lot of clouds rolling in and a lot of rain on the way. Tomorrow, if you haven't heard yet, Tuesday is a first alert weather day. We do have a good chance tomorrow not just to see some rainfall, which we need, but it looks like we're going to see all the rainfall at once, which is not great because what happens, you have these drought-like conditions that settle in. The ground gets very hard out there, very similar, like a concrete basically. And when you get a lot of heavy rain all at once, or within the span of even just a couple hours, a lot of that rain ends up running off rather than getting absorbed by the ground. So flash flooding threat, we have an elevated risk for that tomorrow. That is why it is a first alert weather day. Heavy rain is likely, and with that, flash flooding will be possible. Not everybody's going to see the high water, some issues outside, but I can't rule that out as we work our way through the day. So with that said, heavy rain, potential flash flooding, that's the primary reason. But even if you don't see any flooding issues, right, this rain is going to be enough to slow things down, and it's going to be on and off through the morning, on and off through the afternoon, too. Some of the rainfall through the afternoon could be fairly intense. That's going to slow things down as you head out the door or as you're trying to head home. So pack your patience tomorrow. This is going to be late tonight. We're already seeing some showers outside rolling through. But I think the most intense rainfall is going to come in, at least right now, what it looks like about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's going to be tomorrow. And then we'll hang on to some showers through the evening hours until that cold front passes on through. Again, primary risk, going to be that flooding risk, 1 to 2 inches, not out of the question. Some spots might see a little bit more than that. So that is going to be a problem for our day tomorrow. Like I said, today's sunset was 7:12. We are not going to see that going down tonight because of all the clouds that are rolling on in. Just enjoy those later sunsets, right? Because by the time we hit early next month, less than a month away, sunset time, because daylight saving time gets knocked back and everything, it's just 5:34 for the sunsets by November the 2nd. And then finally, well, at least finally in terms of this, until I start getting more forecast stuff, today's weather number is 39, and the reason it is 39, let me pull up Facebook over here to make sure I'm not missing out on any comments. 39 is the number of years we've seen with zeros on the board through the first 5 days of October. We broke that streak unofficially today. We'll see if that maybe gets extended to the 6th day, but we've had 39 other years, including this year. So I guess 38. 38 other years with nothing on the board, so 39 total years with nothing for the first 5 days. We change that in a big way, though, tomorrow. Even, like I said, some spots already picking up some showers. We need that rainfall. We just, as I told you earlier, do not need it all at once. Burn ban still in place for Franklin and Dearborn counties in southeast Indiana. The Commonwealth, Ohio, both have their burn bans, their seasonal burn bans in effect. Ohio's this month and next month. Kentucky now through December 15th, so a little bit longer. And some slightly different rules for that. But it's mostly within 150 feet of woodland or brushland areas, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Other than that, Ohio, a little bit more simple, just no open burning in general between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's a live shot looking back over at Paycor Stadium. Again, the lights are on out there, the street lights. It is getting darker earlier. We're still sitting at 70 degrees. Winds out of the south. That's helping to pull more moisture in. You can see that humidity up to 84%. We have a lot of moisture in the air. And with a approaching cold front there to the northwest, that's going to be a problem because that cooler air can't hold the moisture that we're seeing right now. So it's going to wring out the atmosphere like a sponge. 70 here, a lot warmer back in St. Louis, almost 80 degrees there because we have some shower activity that's been pushing generally into this area. You can see that slightly cooler pool of air here between Cincy down to Nashville. This is a one of 2 storm systems that are going to clash over the Ohio Valley tomorrow. That's why it's going to be an issue. Big cold front, you can see where it stretches back here to the northwest, 40s and 50s compared to the mid-70s, almost 80 on the other side of that front. So it's about a 20, 25 degree swing right now on the warmer side of the cold front and then behind the cold front itself. So that is what's going to be swinging our way. It's going to clash with this big storm system that's pulling off the Gulf right now. It's not tropical or anything, but it is pulling up a lot of Gulf moisture. Again, we're seeing that moisture already, some showers pushing through. But that cooler pocket of air up to the northwest, which is starting to push in, and by the time we hit the middle to the end of this week, some overnight lows are going to be in the low 40s. So we'll need those jackets behind that front. But that cooler air can't hold the moisture. It's going to wring out the atmosphere like a sponge, and that will be right over the Ohio Valley. where those two are going to meet. Basically, all of Kentucky back down towards western Virginia, West Virginia, southern Ohio. That yellow shaded area is a slight risk for excessive rainfall. What that means is that we have an elevated threat to see flash flooding because some areas could pick up quickly 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. The highest chances for that are going to be in the yellow shaded area for us. Not ruling out a chance for that. You know, that front might meet the moisture a little bit farther northwest, but right now the best chances look to be around and southeast of downtown. And I'll show you one of the models, what it's spitting out in terms of rainfall totals because it's a little high, a little steep. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now, it's just nuisance showers, a little free car wash out there for you if you're heading out this evening and enough to be a pain, right? Tomorrow morning, expect a lot of pain in the commute department. By the morning, we're going to see wet roadways already. We know how that does things around here, and it's going to slow things down as you head out and hit the road. I'm not expecting much in the way of flooding early on, not ruling it out, but I think the best chances for that start to roll in after you're already at work, about 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I think that's the best window to see the hefty rainfall totals. That means for the evening drive, please pack your patience. You will need that. I'm going to say that about 10 more times because it is going to be a messy Tuesday. It will all pay off. It'll make for a really nice end to this work week, but it's a little rough start out there. So here we go. Here's the overnight. We could have a rumble of thunder or two as you're sleeping. Not a big deal. I don't think we see any major issues from the overnight. But again, that's going to wet the roadways up and make things a little messy for the morning drive. We'll see some dry time. It's not, necessarily going to be raining as you're heading out the door. Don't be fooled, though. The rain does become more widespread as we work our way back towards late morning and early afternoon, and intense at times. This is where we can see some areas pick up a quick 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. Then that rain will quickly start to exit late tomorrow night. But, that is a whole day of on and off downpours. Especially southeast of town by early Wednesday morning. Outside of just a stray shower for the morning drive, some drizzle, some gloom, we will clear back out, and by the afternoon the sun's going to be back out. So it's a one-day affair. It's going to be a mess, but we will get through it. In terms of estimated rainfall, here's the model I'm telling you about that's picking out some really hefty totals. Southeast of town. This is not a guarantee that you're going to see this much, but it's an indication that the potential is there to see some really, really hefty rainfall totals. I don't even want to get started on this little bullseye back here between Carroll, Gallatin counties, northern Owen County, but just anywhere generally in this purple shaded area, you could see 2 to 3 inches plus. And that's why the flash flood risk is a little higher in that area. Can't rule out a heavier pocket of rain up here. It only takes one really good downpour to roll through to lead to some of those heftier totals. Let me see if I'm missing out on comments here. What do we got going on? We have a few. Jeff, it's not snow, but if it was snow and it was a 10-to-1 ratio, you could have seen 40 inches of snow, Jeff. So sorry in advance if you saw 4 inches of rain instead of 4 inches of snow. It's not exactly how it works, but that's just quick math. Wyoming's getting some snow, and we are just getting the rain. It's just too warm still. I saw some people did not like the snow graphic I posted through the weekend. You got to pay attention to these things. I'm a trickster. So that one was specifically for Jeff. Let's see. JD, how are you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. A little hungry, as is usual. And I was down at the Hog Slop String Band concert yesterday. It was great, by the way. Got to hang out and meet them for the first time, which was fantastic. Cool people. And it was a really beautiful day last night. Down in Newport. So my voice, because I'm singing along a little bit, a little shot, but not bad. What is the weather for Canton tomorrow morning? You're probably going to see much of the same. It's going to be some showers outside as you head out, JD. Ready for the cooler temps, and we do have those on the way. Casey, talking about cooler temperatures. I'm going to get to that in just a second. Darla, happy Monday. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. Okay, so Darla here is talking about a graphic you probably saw on social media. Some of you have probably seen this floating around. There's a bunch of people. Don't get me started. Look, I can barely tell you how much rainfall you're going to see exactly tomorrow. Nobody's going to be able to tell you how much snowfall you're going to see for the entire season. It's just not going to happen. It's not ever been possible. It won't be possible probably for who knows how long until the technology really gets there. But, we're not anywhere close to that. That's like sci-fi stuff. So you have a lot of people on social media right now, long story short, that are going around posting some snowfall maps or seasonal, how much snowfall you're going to see kind of. It's not accurate. It's not going to happen. Could it? Yeah, sure. Mathematically, yeah. You could get 100,000 inches of snow, theoretically. Probably not that much, but you get the gist. So in terms of a bad winter, it's too early for that. This week, I mean, I'll tell you what's going to happen the next 10 days. This will be Tuesday, tonight and Tuesday will be the worst two of the whole forecast. The rest of the forecast looks really nice, I can tell you that. So sorry to be disappointing on that one, but yeah, it's too early for a seasonal forecast and anything with specific numbers. And I've seen a lot of people, unfortunately, even actual meteorologists on social media posting this map of, estimated snowfall for the season or whatnot. It's garbage. It's meant to draw. Look, if I'm going to try to draw all the clicks and the likes and the laughs out of you, it's going to be for something stupid like what I posted on Friday last week about a fake snowball forecast and dusting it off and whatnot for the season. That's what I do. Other people, they want to hype things up and get people talking and clicking because, unfortunately, on social media, this is just how it works. They call it rage bait, right? It's meant to make people get angry or talk about it, and the more people are angry about it, the more likely you are to respond to it. So that's how that works. Jeff, just glad we aren't getting, So not expecting any severe weather from this. Now, severe, you could take that several different ways. Severe, like, a lot of people think is, damaging wind, tornadoes, hail. Yeah, we're not going to have that. But flash flooding, I mean, that's still severe. So that is a threat. So technically, not going to see the severe weather people obviously correlate a lot of times, severe weather with that kind of threat, but flash flooding will be a problem tomorrow morning. You can see why. I mean, there will be some hefty rainfall totals in some spots. Now, that was the bad news. We're going to go on to the good news. Good news, we do dry back out really quick. Wednesday, clearing, more sunshine late Wednesday, and that's the first night of the River Roots Festival. And all 5 days here, with the exception of just the slimmest of chances Saturday morning. I'm talking slim, and it's probably why you're sleeping, so it's not going to matter anyway. All 5 of these days going to be great for the River Roots Festival. It should be a fantastic event from a weather standpoint, right? Hopefully you can get down there and enjoy it. A little crisp maybe in a few spots out there Thursday and Friday mornings. Look out for that. We'll talk about those low temperatures coming up. Those are the highs. And we some points through the last month or so, we've struggled to get the low temperatures below the 60s. Those are high temperatures, 63 by Thursday, and you can bet it's going to be chilly out there in a few spots early Thursday and Friday morning. So if you've been waiting for another taste of fall, autumn to come around, it's coming. Here's the weather timeline for the rest of the week. Like I said, at worst, some filtered sunshine for Friday. Not bad there. Saturday, there's that slimmest of chances. I think I have it at like 20%, and that might be generous. I mean, this is 4 in the morning. You're going to be sleeping through this. It's not going to be a big deal, and it's going to be out of here just in time for tailgating for UC's home game on Saturday against UCF. Other than that, we get a nice little area of high pressure to sit right over top of us, but it does slide to the east next week, and that means that southerly breeze is going to be back, pushing temperatures back up again. Wednesday and Thursday, so here's your string of temperatures out there. And you can see it's a nice cool down. It will be very comfy out there. Apple cider, hot apple cider kind of weather there for Thursday and Friday, but it's back to summer again next week. As you can see, the normal at the start of the forecast there on today, tomorrow, 71 degrees. That's where we should be this time of the year. We're very close to that tomorrow because of the rain, and we're below it Wednesday, Thursday, and I think Friday we're still below. So a 3-day stretch of below normal temperatures, but then we're right back above. By the end of this forecast, tomorrow, if you're working outside, it's not going to be a great day, Jeff. Wear the rain boots. By the end of this forecast, we should be in the upper 60s. I mean, that's how quick October drops off in temperatures and daylight and a lot of other things, right, as we work our way towards winter. We're back to 80 degrees, so again, 10 to 15 above normal again by the middle of next week. And this is a stretch that takes us all the way through, almost the end of October, right? October 20th, still dealing with above normal temperatures for this half of the country, or 2/3 or so. Now, here's some promising news, though, right? We need the rainfall. We didn't need all this rain we're going to see outside tomorrow. So, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But there are signs that, after we had the midpoint, the month on heading over towards October 20th, we could start to see more and more active weather. And this is what I was kind of hinting at last week. It looked like that weather pattern was finally going to start to change and get more storm systems rolling through. And then by the time we hit late October, maybe some more precipitation. So we'll see. We can knock out some drought-like conditions in a hurry. Let's hop over here towards your 70. I don't want to keep you too long. Just note that tomorrow, again, is a first alert weather day. You know, we're going to be talking about that all day long, tracking, you know, the rain and the nasty weather. If you haven't downloaded the First Alert Weather app, great time to do it. If we do see any rain or high water situations, there's also a traffic feature in the app, right? And, you know, you can see where some road closures might be setting up or whatnot. So a lot of great things all packed into one very free app. First Alert Weather Day tomorrow. We do clear back out for the rest of that River Roots Festival. Things look really nice into the end of the week this weekend. Look at those lows. Woo! 43 degrees outside Friday morning. You know, it's not a frost or a freeze, but I'll be freezing. It'll be a little chilly. You can turn off that air conditioner here as we work our way past the day tomorrow. Give it a break. Save yourself some money, unless you just want some air to be flowing around, right? But you can crack open the windows by Wednesday because we're going to be drying back out. Just make sure to shut them at night because it'll get a little too chilly, I think. 43 Friday morning, 48 still Saturday morning. Tailgating over at UC. I mean, you know, even the day itself, 69. You might get away with a sweatshirt, little crew neck action out there for the Bearcats. 70 on Sunday, and then next week, here comes the next warm-up. We're back up into the 80s again Wednesday and Thursday. So a little taste of fall, but it's a taste of fall. It's more so than what we've seen the last couple of weeks. So don't say I never gave you anything. Don't forget, you can always follow me on the social media pages. Stalk me on social media. Don't actually do that. Meteorologist Brad Maushart on Facebook. It is Brad with 3 A's, D-Weather on the Twitter. And, you know, if we do have any severe weather situations, you will get notified on those too. You know, if that's the way you want to do it. Personally, I would have the app too, just because that is going to be something that's actually going to go out as a notification on your phone. It would require extra steps. But you can just follow along. You can see all the videos I posted last night from Newport of me singing along to Hog Slop String Band songs. Call me Brad on Instagram. That is where you will find that stuff. It's more personal things generally. But not to say it's not useful things. Don't forget, flooding threat tomorrow. Let me scroll back up. With that flooding threat, again, area-wide, but generally the worst of it should be off to the southeast of town where areas could pick up 1 to 2 inches of rainfall very quickly. Just stay on guard with that. We'll continue to talk about that through the rest of the evening hours tonight. We'll be back at 10 and 11 on Fox 19 now. And then... yeah, we'll be back tomorrow as well. Catherine will get you through the morning. I think Anna might be working tomorrow as well. And Aaron will be in for the midday show. So join us then. We'll be there all day to get you through it. And we'll keep a very close eye on things. And then Wednesday, things get a little bit, you know, nicer weather-wise. And who knows what will happen. I think we have some of the shows going down to be on the Natchez Steamboat. So that'll be something to watch out there as we work our way into the middle of the week. Nicer weather means that we can go outside and enjoy it just like you can. Tune in then, too. We'll have more updates on that maybe tomorrow. But keep an eye on tomorrow. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you again later tonight or tomorrow.